Hi guys, thanks for joining me. We're going to have a go at doing Hoghton Bottoms today. So we started out in the small Lancashire village of Hoghton, which is right alongside Hoghton Tower, which is a very famous sort of landmark for the area. The walk will take us about an hour and a half, nothing too strenuous. It's a mixture of woodland paths, open stretches and walking alongside the river. So we'll see what we see. I'll bring you guys back later. So the first part of the walk, you find yourself following the course of the East Lancashire Railway, which cuts past this area. Now Hoghton Tower, which features prominently in this area, was owned by the de Hoghton family, who had quite a few business interests in this area, one of them being a quarry. And this is the site, or all that's left, of the old quarry workers' cottages. As you can see, there's not a lot left of it now. I think the last time I came along here it wasn't actually fenced off, you could go in there. See some old steps there. That would have led to the quarry. The quarry is probably about 100 yards through that woodland. Disused now. I don't think it's been used since the 1970s. Unusual twig like structures on the actual tree. I'm sure somebody will be able to write in the comments what that is. Yeah, you can see in the distance there's a bit of a golf course there. I think it's Pleasington Golf Course. We're just coming up on Hoghton Viaduct.
Hoghton Tower Viaduct was built between 1844 and 1846. It stands at a dizzying 116 feet high above the River Darwen. It only took 18 months to build, which is quite an achievement when you consider the technology of the day. To the right of the path you can see the remains of the mill race. This was a separate water channel built to supply the power to the once nearby cotton mills.
Now this is an area where there would have been like an overspill from the mill race that went down, spilled over a lip, and then went down under this bridge. Now long disused. As you can see, these boulders have slid down from above. Massive. I don't think I would like to have been anywhere near this bridge when this thing came tumbling down from up there.
Hoghton Bottoms Weir was built around 1780. It was to supply the higher and lower mills with their power to turn the water wheels. This sloping structure is known as a fish ladder. Built in 2018, it gives fish the means by which they can reach the higher breeding grounds.
At this time of the year you get plenty of this stuff knocking about, which is Himalayan balsam. Looks almost prehistoric, some of these plants around here. Ah, what a lovely peaceful spot this is. It's quite a nice few stretches of tranquil areas along the River Darwen that this route follows. Last look. Unfortunately, some of this walk involves walking along a bit of a boring stretch of roadway. There's not much to report. There is a few nice interesting buildings and an old church to look at, but I've cut the footage down on this area. Just opposite the entrance to Hoghton Tower is this war memorial to the men who fell in the First and Second World Wars. there's the iconic drive up to the entrance to Hoghton Tower. Now Hoghton Tower has been used in quite a few TV dramas. I know the front of it was used in an episode of Life on Mars, where Sam Tyler went back in time to the 1970s, and it was shown as the outsider, an entrance to a prison. And it was also used in an episode of Peaky Blinders. Nice view of the Ribble Valley there. The hills in the distance, you've got Parlet Pike, Beacon Fell, Fair Snape Fell. At this point you take your life in your own hands, across the railway track. This is a great little spot if you want to bring your kids along to do blackberry picking. There's absolutely loads of them. Well guys, we're coming up on the finish of the walk. It's taken us roughly about 2 hours to complete because we haven't been rushing it. We've travelled 3.36 miles, and I think the highest point we reached was 330 feet. I'll put all the details and the map as usual at the beginning of the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Join me again soon for another adventure. Bye for now.